your girl Akila, aka Kiwi, owner operator of Kiwi's Creations out of Chicago, Illinois. Today we are going to be talking about everything custom chip bag label related. I'll keep this short and sweet because I know I fast forward through the talking part of the YouTube channels. But for this video, you're going to need glossy brochure paper. I prefer Hammer Hill brand. I got it off Amazon. It's 32 pounds, $8, and I want to say like 72-ish cents. I have the Prime, so I got the free shipping. I prefer you splurge for the Scott tape if you're going to be doing someone's event or practice. Dollar store double-sided tape is going to be great, but if you're going to be doing someone's event, you want that tape to be able to last for a long time because you don't want them busting open in the middle of someone's event. So go ahead and splurge that extra $1 or $2 for that Scott tape. Okay, let's get to it. All right, to start off, we have our template, and to make the template is the most important part because that's how you're going to be able to tell which sides are on your chip bags. This left and this right, that's going to be the back, and this right here, this is going to be the front. This is going to be like the main part of the chip bag. So this part right here, and this side is going to be right here, and then this, well, no, technically, this side is going to be right here, and this side is going to be right there. So, to make this template, super simple. So once I show you the template, what I advise you to do is save the template before you start adding like your characters, your pictures, anything else. That way you don't have to keep remaking the template every single time that you make a chip bag. So in order to make it, you're gonna go to Insert, you're gonna go to Shapes, you're gonna go to a rectangle. You're gonna get this box just like that to make a rectangle. I'm gonna give you the dimensions that I use. So for my sides, I do 8.55 as the height and 2.75 as the width. Now, a regular template is 8.5 by 11. The reason I do 8.55 is because it keeps a lot of that extra whiteness, like the white lines up here. Some people cut them off. Me personally, I don't. I've never had a complaint about, white lines or anything like that. They pretty much look cohesive. Some people crimp them. Again, I don't, but to each his own. So, for my sides, I do an 8.55 height by 2.75 width, and that's for both sides. So you can make two different rectangles, or you can make one rectangle, put it the correct height and width, and then just copy and paste it, or you can just do it twice. Choice is yours. For my middle, for my fronts, I do an 8.55 by 5.5. So once you make all three of your shapes, let's just imagine I had three of these all shaped together, you're going to combine them to look like three rectangles right next to each other. Just like this. Okay? So the next thing you're gonna do, you can start in the front, you can start on the sides, it doesn't matter, it's still gonna come out the same either way. Me personally, I do like to start in the middle. If I have a really busy middle, I'm not gonna make busy sides. I'm just gonna do plain or solid colors. And if I have a pretty plain front, I'm gonna do busy sides. So for this one, I'm gonna start in the middle. I'm gonna go to Shape Fill. So once I click on the rectangle in the middle, another line is gonna come up here that says Format. I'm gonna go to Format, Shape Fill. Here you can choose a color, you can choose a pattern, you can do a gradient, you could do a texture. Since this one isn't like a big busy one, I am just gonna do a pattern, but I am gonna show you how you could do a picture. So you can pick one that's on your computer, like if you save the file that the customer sent you, or you can do a Bing search for any picture you want. We're just gonna say, let's say Paw Patrol. That's a pretty common theme right now. So you can look in the Creative Commons only, which is just basically pictures chosen by Bing and publisher to be shown. I take it off because it gives you a lot more options. If you take that off, you'll see a bunch of different Paw Patrol pictures. You can choose any one and then hit Insert. Gonna load. Once it loads on, you'll have a Paw Patrol center, and it'll fill automatically to be the right height and width to fill into that middle file. So if I was making a Paw Patrol chip bag, this could be a possibility for the front page. And you see how it fits so well, it's not pixelated, it automatically puts it into the correct height and weight of your shape. But since we're not doing Paw Patrol for this one, I'm gonna take that off. So for this one, I am just doing a chip bag with my logo on it. So I already had the picture saved on here just for the sake of time. So I'm gonna put my logo right in the middle. Now another thing people like to do is put the actual Cheetos logo onto here. So we're gonna do that. Again, I'm gonna go to Insert, Online Pictures. I'm gonna type in Cheetos logo. And I'm gonna pick whichever one is close to the one I wanna use. I have used the Baked Cheetos logo before because it was specifically requested by a client. But normally we are just gonna be using the regular Cheetos logo. Sometimes it comes on already with the background removed. Sometimes it does not. This one does, so we're just gonna stick it right up here at the top of our page. Even though Cheetos logo is kind of like crooked, I personally straighten mine. I have a big thing with symmetry. Maybe it's just me, but I don't like crooked stuff. It has to be like the OCD in me or something. I just can't. Now you can leave your Cheetos logo like the yellow orange of Cheetos, or you can recolor it to kind of make it fit the theme of whatever you're doing. So in order to do that, you're gonna make sure you click onto the picture. You're gonna go to recolor, and you can pick one of the colors that automatically comes up, like black, brown, blue, or you can go to more variations. I think a green would go pretty nice, and not feeling that. So you can kind of set whatever color you want your Cheetos logo to be. I kind of like the pink. We'll go with the pink. For this one, I'm gonna look for something that's cohesive with my actual logo. And since my background is pink, I'll do both. Blue's fine for me. I'm gonna put the Cheetos logo right there. I'm gonna kind of center my logo right here so that when it comes out, it looks nice and neat on the page. Now I'm gonna put a few more words on here. I'm gonna put my my kind of slogan, which is crafting 101. I'm gonna put that right underneath, which I want to insert in word art. Crafting 101. You can change the font. I'm gonna stick with the Arial Black, but you can do any kind of font you want. And the list goes on and on and on and on, but there are a lot of them. Okay, I'm gonna just find a nice place to put that on the page. And then I'm gonna outline it with like a green. I'm gonna fill it with a pink. You can kind of change the colors around to whatever suits you. It kind of just depends on what you're doing. For this one, I'm kind of with the pink and green and blue thing. So we're gonna stick with that. I'm gonna fill the color of my shape to a nice pink, because that is the color that we have on our bag, okay? Ooh, that's a little darker than I want, so I'm gonna go to more colors. I'm gonna find the lighter pink that I had that disappeared on me. All right, there we go. So now I'm gonna move on to my sides because I don't want my front to be too busy. So I'm gonna move on to the sides. Now, I have already copied and picked out the pictures I wanted just for the sake of time, so we're not here for 45 minutes. So I already picked out the nutrition facts that I wanted. Again, since this is super beginner friendly, I didn't make any of these custom. Now, when we get to the point we're more advanced, we've got the basics down, I can teach you how to make nutrition facts. It's not hard. I make mine on Excel. However, it's easier to just go to Insert, Online Pictures, you can just put in nutrition facts. Now this will just come up with like food nutrition facts. If you don't mind that, that's okay. If you want to specify birthday nutrition facts, you can put in birthday. I've put in office when I've done office parties. I've put in baby shower, and it will say like fresh new baby, diapers, things like that. This one, however, is just about life. It says love, total bliss, fear, trust, happiness, loyalty, faith, and patience. Because that's everything to me that you need when you're running a business. And a lot of you know that because a lot of you guys do have your own small businesses. You're just looking to expand. So that is what I picked for this one. Again, there are 101 different ways to do something. The way I'm showing you is just going to be the most basic, the most beginner friendly. It's really just a bunch of copying and pasting. Again, I got this barcode the same way I got the rest of the pictures. I went to insert, I went to search online pictures, and I typed in barcode. Again, there are 100 barcodes that you are gonna find on there. You have to be specific if you want something specific. Like for Easter, I did a lot of pastel colors, so I typed in rainbow barcode. You'll get rainbow barcodes. You'll get a different kind. Some say happy birthday. Some say be unique. These are world pride, LGBT. So you'll get every kind of rainbow. So you want to be more specific. You can get the circle kind. This one says certified. That's the one I used at work when we had a party when we all became certified employees. So again, you'll find a bunch of different ones. Here's another one of my logos. Now, if I was doing a party, I would write something over here like, thank you for coming, thank you for your support, or hope you had a blast. You can do whatever. I'm gonna do just the basic, thank you for your support. Thank you. Again, I'm gonna stick with the Arial black, but you can do whatever kind of font you want, and then it'll just stick it in there. I'm gonna move. It automatically puts everything in the middle, so you kind of gotta drag and drop. I'm gonna move this up some. I'm gonna change the shape outline. For the outline, I do want to do a green. And for the fill, I do want to do, I'll do blue. So I'm gonna go back and fill in the colors. You can keep them white. I've kept them white for like Frozen themes. I've kept it white for a Paw Patrol theme. So you do have the option of colors to kind of just play around with it however you want to. Because I'm sticking with the theme of my logo, I am gonna go with blue and green. So now I'm just gonna go back and adjust things to size it the way I kind of like it. I like my Cheetos logo to be nice and big in the front, so you kind of know this is a bag of chips. Everybody doesn't do Cheetos logos. I don't always do Cheetos logos. Sometimes I put the kid's name and I put happy birthday Heaven, or I've done a lot of different kids. That's just my favorite name. It's one of my friend's kids' name. I love the name Heaven. So you're gonna take, now me, I have a big obsession with glitter. So I always put a glitter header on mine. You do not have to put a header. However, just be aware that 90% of the time when you when it prints, it is gonna print with a white top. So I put the header on there to take away as much of the white top as I could. Because if I didn't put a white top, all this where you see my glitter would all be white. Now you could always cut it off. Again, a lot of people do. I don't. I just don't like to cut it. It just takes away some of the ambiance for me, and then it's not as big and bold on the table anymore. And I feel like of all the decorations, the chip bags are usually the most important. They're the biggest statement piece of the party to me. So I always want to make sure I put something extra. When it comes to boys, of course, I don't put glitter, but I try to put some type of pattern or just something nice at the top and the bottom of it, just as like a statement piece. So again, I already had my glitter cropped because of the sake of time. I like to make my videos short and sweet. However, I'm gonna still show you how I got my glitter. So I went to insert, online pictures. Whenever you are searching of glitter, I always suggest that you type in the words the letters HD first. Because you're gonna get a lot of glitter pictures, but they will not look so nice when you print them off if they're not HD. So we'll go to HD, we'll say pink glitter, because pink is my absolute favorite color, if you haven't noticed. I'm gonna turn my Creative Commons off, and you're gonna have a bunch of different pictures of HD pink glitter. This looks so much better when you print it off than regular just typing in glitter. You can give it a try for yourself if you don't believe me, but I guarantee you it's gonna look different. Now for the glitter, I don't just do this like to make it smaller, because it starts to look very bunched together when you throw off the proportions of the photo. So in order to combat that, I crop. So I go right here to crop, because you're automatically going to be under the format tab. I crop a nice chunk of that glitter right there, and that's it. And that way when I stretch it, it doesn't look super pixelated. It still looks like glitter. It still looks pretty. It still looks sparkly, okay? And then I'll put that in my header and my footer. Last but not least, I am gonna go back and I am gonna take off those black lines so you don't see those when I print off my chip bag. So I am going to go to format. Once I click on the box, I'm gonna go to format. Not what I wanted. I'm gonna go to shape outline. Now some people do outline it the color of that box. Like if I wanted to outline it green, just like my box, I could do that. You won't see the black lines anymore, so they disappeared. I personally just like to put no outline, but either way it's gonna look the same, because I'm gonna show you when I go to the blue one and I go to format and I go to shape outline, no outline, it's still the same. And I'll do it for the pink because you're still seeing the black line for the pink. Outline, no outline. See, still looks the exact same. The green is just a little more prominent on the edge. Because I have a header, I don't like to do that because it puts the strong green line on the side of my glitter, and I don't like that personally. But again, everything is about what you personally like. So I'm gonna take my glossy brochure paper and put it in my printer. I'm going to go to File and Print. You see how the printer automatically is going to put that little white line for you? I use that line as my take line. That way I don't hide any of the design of my chip bag, okay? I'll show you what I mean in just a second. And after we learn the basics of just like putting words and pictures on here, I'll teach you guys the easiest way to add actual like kids photos. It is super, super easy without having to use Photoshop skills, without knowing how to, take the kid out of the photo. I'm gonna show you the most easiest way to do that in my next video. If you guys have any other ideas or suggestions, make sure you drop them in the comments. I'm always open to suggestions. So this is what it's gonna look like when it prints out. I use this line right here as my tape line, and that's where I'm gonna put my glossy brochure paper. My double-sided tape. So I give it a few seconds to dry, because it is kind of like photo paper, so you want to give it a second to dry so you don't smudge anything. I'm gonna take my double-sided tape, and at this point I'm able to kind of just eyeball it, but when I first started I would kind of line it up like this. You don't want it to go all the way to the top, and you don't want it to go all the way to the bottom, which is another reason why I started using a header, because I like it to go in between the header. Because once you're trying to seal the top, you don't want anything getting caught together, because once you're trying to separate it, it'll start to rip. and that is a no-no. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna fold it how my teachers used to call it hamburger style. So I'm gonna fold it over the back, just like that. I'm going to, I kind of give it a little bend in the front, just so it'll, you know, be just like that, and I don't kind of have to force it. Again, I can kind of eyeball it at this point, but you want to make sure you get it from edge to edge, because if you don't, your bag will start to pop open on the sides. Now, sometimes if you mess up and you don't get it all the way in there, you can always take another little piece like that and just stick it in. Not a big deal, I promise. You gotta seal that closed right there. I'm gonna grab a chip bag because I forgot the most important thing. 1 second. For this one, since I labeled it Cheetos, we're gonna use a bag of Cheetos. Gotta kind of stuff it in there a little bit. You wanna try to be as gentle with the bag as possible, because if I force too much and my bag starts to crease, when you try to crease it back, it's gonna have those white lines and it's gonna really take away from your design. Which is why I use the 32-pound paper instead of the 30 or anything lower, because they're so fragile, and I feel like every time I touch it, it bends, and then it's white, and then I hate it, and if I hate it, I don't want to give it to my client, and then it's a big deal. So I prefer the 32. But again, everyone will grow into their own preferences. I am just giving you the basics. So I kind of line the top up just like this, so my whole Cheetos logo is showing, and it's sealed. See, when that bends and I bend it back, you know, no white lines. It's not a big deal with this kind of paper. And there we have it. We have chip bags for Kiwi's Creations. And this is just a simple bag. They do get a little more complex. You know, I just wanted to start off with just an easy one for you guys with words, just so you can practice. And then we'll get more into pictures and taking out the backgrounds and things like that. So let me know what you guys thought. Like, comment. If you dislike, tell me why you dislike. Let me know, you know, what I could do different, what other things you guys would like to learn, and I'll get on it. Thank you for